Brought to you by ExpressCare Health and Skin Center. Get in, get out, get better.
Welcome back to Healthy Living. Tonight we're talking about skin allergies. Skin allergies occur when your skin reacts after coming into contact with an allergy-causing substance that the skin is hypersensitive or allergic to. Joining me now with more on this topic is ExpressCare's Dr. Jitka Lom. Welcome, Doc.
Hi, how are you today?
I'm good. So, we're talking about allergies, and a lot of allergies are very prevalent in children. So, how many types of skin allergies are there?
Well, I think there are many, many kinds. There are the kind, we can sort of start using the word eczema there, where people have itchy, dry, sensitive skin, for example, to airborne particles. A common occurrence is during mango season. The mangoes are flowering, the pollen is coming through, and there are many people who are allergic to that. So that's one form. But another very, very common form is contact dermatitis, and that's when the chemical is actually in contact, it's touching your skin. So this is very, very, very common, especially with soaps and detergents, people using harsh things on their skin, shampoos, makeup, cleansers, products that they're using for cleaning in the home. They can be allergic to any of these things. And it's also very interesting. I love to do this because it's like a little mystery to find out what the person's allergic to. Sometimes it's things at work, photocopy paper, their pen, all kinds of very interesting things happen.
Okay, so can you tell us a little bit about contact dermatitis? What is it?
Right. So what happens is our skin is a natural barrier, right, between the outside and the inside. The skin should have an intact top surface so that chemicals cannot penetrate. And so we all have oils on the surface of our skin that keep it nice and safe. And then if we moisturize, that's even better. But certain chemicals or products can penetrate the skin and create irritation. More so if our skin is dry, cracked, or we keep soaking our hands in certain substances. Such as Dawn detergent, that's a very common one. That chemical can penetrate into our skin and create irritation, and our immune system will react and create redness and itch.
Okay. Now, I have a 4-year-old daughter, and she was never diagnosed with a skin allergy, but I know that it's there,
right? Because
she'll break out into the red rashes and the itchiness
red
on
and
her
itchy.
stomach, on her face. It just depends on what she's eating or what she comes in contact with. But what type of allergy testing are there?
Right. So when we're talking about skin breakouts, it can go two ways, kind of like what you're saying. Something that she might ingest causes her skin to break out. A common example is peanut allergy, right? Kids will eat that and suddenly break out in hives. But then there's the other one that's from the outside, and that's the contact dermatitis, something from soap and detergent. So for the problem from the inside, you can get allergy testing done that's called scratch testing, where they put tiny, tiny little pinprick scratches on your back with the different foods or substances that you might be allergic to in the environment, such as pollen and dust and environmental things. Okay, so they put these little scratches on your back, and then you come back in a day or two and they read it and they see what turned red, and okay, you're allergic to these foods or substances. What we also can offer is patch testing for chemicals. So this is specifically for people that want to know what soap is causing this problem, or is it something at work, or is it their hair dye. Many different chemicals that are present in our daily lives, can cause problems. So for that we do patch testing, and for that we basically put tiny, tiny little quantities of the chemical on the person's back, cover it with tape, and again leave it for 48 hours. They come back and we read it and see, okay, these chemicals turn red, your body doesn't like those. So there's the two things. Scratch testing for the food ingested problem, and then patch testing for the chemical allergies. And people always ask about blood tests. There are also blood tests for food allergies. They're not as accurate. We do them because here on Guam we do have patch testing at my clinic, but we do not have scratch testing on Guam because we don't have an immunologist. So for that, people have to travel off island. So they like to know what they're allergic to, so we try with some blood tests. That's also available, but it's not as accurate as the actual scratch test.
Okay, so at what point should a person who is having that allergic reaction on their skin should they see a dermatologist?
Right. Well, you know, it becomes a very huge problem for people. You know, if you have a one-time reaction and you're able to control it with a little bit of topical steroid cream, which is the treatment, typically topical steroid cream to settle things down, you know, that's not a big deal. It'll go away and that's it. But if you have recurrent, over and over problems, maybe that your entire body is covered, you cannot sleep at night because you're scratching all the time, you'll end up on steroids, meaning prednisone, usually, almost always. And you'll take that. That's a good thing for a short period of time, but not good for long-term or frequent, recurrent episodes. So if you're having frequent, recurrent episodes, and especially if you have to take steroids all the time, you need to go get tested.
All right, thank you, Doc.
Thank you.
All right, so stick around when we come back.